Okay, so I've seen some things on the internet about new players coming to the game, and they want to know how they can increase their CC, right? Their overall team CC. And in this video, I'm going to go ahead and try my best to break down and explain how you can go ahead and do that, right? It really isn't that difficult. I mean, it does take a lot of work, a lot of work, but if you're dedicated to it, you can do it. Honestly, in this game, you don't need that much CC if you're just doing PvE, but this game is PvP based as well, really heavily PvP based. So if you do go ahead and try out, let's say geared, and you want to go ahead and max out on your CC, this is the way you can do it. Like, these are going to be a couple things that I came up with that'll help you guys grow, you know what I mean? So your CC can, increase, and you can become a lot stronger at the same time. So yeah, the first thing you want to do is you want to get a good overall team composition. And what I mean by that is, depending on your units, your CC will be higher or lower. For example, right, we have on this team right here, my main team is this is like my top CC team. I wouldn't call it my main team, but it is my top CC team. The reason why, Red King, right? Red King is 6 out of 6. He has many outfits. None of the outfits are increased, like they're not leveled up. I have no level ups on any of my costumes in the game whatsoever, right? That also affects the CC. But King, he has Red King has higher CC than Blue Fairy King just naturally. So he's going to be stronger than Blue King, not by a lot, but he's going to be stronger than him in CC. Blue King is more used than Red King, but Red King is really good on the sub, as you guys know. Another example is Fraudrin. So Fraudrin, right? My gear for him, and he's a whale unit, so you're gonna need money for him. But my gear on him is like high level gear. So we got UR, HP, and defense set on him, and then these are his substats and his sub rolls, or whatever you want to call them. And they're okay. They're not anything crazy. They're okay. I'll give them that. Like, they're okay. It could be better. But right now, I don't really want to focus on him as much as I do other characters, because I do have to share the love. I can't just focus on one single character every time. Resources are really valuable in this game, as some of you might know. And it does take a lot to get, your character CC high. Another character, right, that I have on this team is Lost Meliodas. Keep in mind, Lost Meliodas is an attack/crit damage unit primarily. If you want to have fun, you can run different types of builds on him, but for me, it's attack and crit defense, or crit damage. So because of that, I did sacrifice a lot of CC. He's not 6 out of 6, he's 4 out of 6, but that's still good enough that he's really high in terms of CC, which makes this overall team CC comp really good, right? So we got 44k, almost 45k. These are his gears. You are obviously. So what we got on this, his defense, right? So his left defense slot, I did go crit defense because I don't want him to die to crits, but I also want him to take crits. So that's another thing that's affecting my CC as well. I don't have as much defense either, right? On this one, it's 13% defense, and obviously, his HP, stats, both are completely maxed. You can see right here, they're both completely maxed. This is a really big factor. HP is huge. It'll give you the biggest CC buff that you need in the game. So again, I'm missing, I'm missing a couple of things on him, like max rolls on my attack and defense. I don't have a lot of defense on the left gear, but that's fine. Again, still enough to give me over 200k, by the way. So yeah, that is really big. And Escanor too. Escanor is like one of my favorite characters in the game, right? He has 46 power level. 46k power level. So the reason why is because Escanor has incredible stats, coupled with the fact that I did go ahead and give him some good rolls on his gear. They're not even all max, so when they're all max, he's gonna be insane. But yeah, again, 6 out of 6 Escanor, Meliodas is 4 out of 6, and Dreyfus is 5 out of 6. So all that together gives me an incredible amount of CC. Another big thing that people or beginners may not know is the units on the sub slots matter. And what I mean by this is, you obviously see I have Ban, Estarossa, Merlin, and Diane. So what I mean by this is, Ban is a really, really good linking partner with Meliodas. Estarossa is a good linking partner with Fraudrin. And obviously, when you have like the team attack sub slots like Merlin and Diane, they give you a 1000 additional increase in power level. So just imagine if all of them had that. It'd probably be what, 208 maybe, like maybe high 207 to 208k. But yeah, man, it's insane how much the sub units actually really do matter. When I first started playing this game on JP, I didn't think too hard about it, but as I, learned more about the game and started playing more, I figured that they were actually giving a substantial amount of CC to the team. So it is really important that you focus on your subunits as well, especially since their CC affects it too. So you want to make sure that you have the costumes for your subunits. I will say this. Sometimes it isn't worth going for the costumes just because like it does take gems, so keep that in mind. If you're really dedicated, okay, sure, but costumes are like a big factor too, because they do increase CC by a lot, and I mean a lot, because if you max out the costumes, like let's say you get UR gear, or not UR gear, UR cosmetics on, for example, let's go to Lost Meliodas, right? So there's the train, Jesus Christ. So I have all his cosmetics, right? Every single one of them. And when you equip them, right? So you see this little arrow, it'll tell you that you equipped it or you didn't equip it. So once it goes green, you can equip it. Once it's red, that means to unequip it, right? These give you I'm telling you, they give you a marginal increase. Actually, let me do this. No, that gives some crit defense. That's why I did that. I was wondering why I had a SSR gear one, but again, it does give you a good amount of CC. So yeah, look, UR is the highest. Of course, you could go ahead and try to max it out, but honestly, maxing out cosmetics, it does help a lot, but I'm not too focused on it myself, just because I know that the only way to really go ahead and get the full cosmetic is to grind the demon bosses like crazy, right? I'm saying insane, and then you can go ahead and work on a character you want their cosmetics to be upgraded, or you can go ahead and purchase it. But me personally, I don't think it's that it doesn't really affect me, because I just want to get the costumes and that's it. Eventually I will upgrade cosmetics, but that won't be for a while anyway, so I'm not really worried about it. Again, these are all the things that you can do to help increase your team CC. Some people do run HP and defense sets, right? They literally run HP and defense sets for all their sub units and their main units. That'll give you a crazy amount of CC as well. Again, HP and defense give you the highest amount of CC, just because HP gives you a marginal increase in your power level. Defense being the lowest increase to power level, and attack being medium. So again, if you run HP and defense, you will most likely have a very high power level even when you start off on the game. And this can be for SR equipment as well. Obviously SSR equipment is the best equipment in the game, right? But some people rather do SR just so that way they can start off. And if you're a starting player, that's good and all, but eventually as you get more towards the end game, you're gonna want to progress to SSR equipment, just because that is the best equipment in the game, obviously, right? And then you're gonna want to UR gear a unit. So let's get another unit in here. Zeldris, right? So Zeldris, again, he's an attack / crit damage unit. This is just an example, but again, if you want to run HP and defense on the red one, because that is Red Zeldris best equipment, right? HP and defense, that's obviously good and all, but for me, attack and crit damage is what I run, just because I have one set for the blue Zeldris. And to be honest, putting materials into HP and defense it's just a lot, especially when you have to grind for the material to awaken, upgrade, and with the hammers, it's just a pain in all honesty. So yeah, it's just a lot. But again, I'm just seeing people, ask questions like, is this the best, way to go about getting higher CC? And to be honest, like the best way to do it is literally just to grind the game. You want to make sure you have at least one HP and defense set on a character, just because it is going to benefit you a lot, right? It really is. I only have 2 HP and defense sets on my team, but it does give me a big increase, because without King and Fraudrin, I wouldn't be past 200k. It just in all honesty, right? It just wouldn't happen, because they give me a humongous boost, especially Fraudrin is insane. Like, look at his power level for me, 46k, 750. That is really good, really good. He could be higher, especially since he only has 5 out of 6, and I think I'm missing one. I'm missing this one. So again, he could be. Look, man, Fraudrin, he has good CC. Nowadays I don't really use him as much, but when he first came out, I was using him left and right on teams. I still do use him from time to time, but not as much as I did once he came out. But yeah, man, I tried to make this as not quick, but I try to make it brief, because I know a lot of people already know how to do this, but it's just for the few that may have questions, or they may want to, find a guide on how to make their team CC higher, and because they want to play geared PvP. Even in ungeared, it is really important that you get outfits as well, because outfits do increase CC and ungeared by a shit ton. Like, it's actually pretty insane. But yeah, those are pretty much all the ways that you can go ahead and get your team CC high. If you guys want me to do another video like going in depth about something, let me know. I'm not really too good at doing these videos, but I do try and get this out for the public, so that way they know, or if they somehow stumble upon this, they know what to do and how they can improve and whatnot, right? So yeah, man, I really do hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, consider leaving a like, comment, and subscribe for more Grand Cross content if you're new to the channel, and join the Discord. We'd love to have you. But yeah, with that being said, I will see you all in the next video.